G, uh, aka Mike Dabs, Pokemart TCG here. Back at it, guys, with another video. And yeah, even though I may seem to be out of sight, out of mind, in you guys' aspect, maybe because I'm not, doing a lot of videos like this live. Um, I am watching a lot of YouTube. I am watching a lot of content out there, and I'm seeing different things going on within the hobby. Different content creators coming up with their own uh, venue of how they're collecting, how they're investing, giving their own side of the business end of it, and how they see it, and which makes me have to come out and post a video on my side because my boy Alex already gave a reflection video, posted up regarding Danny's video. And Danny Phantump is one of the content creators that I watch, guys. I watch him because he does some stuff on his channel that is good for the hobby and good for anybody who is thinking about buying into booster boxes, thinking about investing into booster boxes, because his concept of his analogy on how he does breakdowns for booster box pull rates is on point. All right, but sometimes trying to get out of the lane. All right, Danny, trying to get out of the lane and get into the investing side, even though he has his own storefront like Mason from Cardinal Gaming. Right, they give their own visions on how stuff is going, and they don't invest. Their LGS guys online, all right, they don't invest in cards. Maybe they do, I don't know, on the side. Maybe they're buying get some product from the LGS, at below price and putting some stuff away. Maybe, I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know, and I'm not going to say that they are or they aren't. It's whatever they do, it's their business. But sometimes we need to stay in our own lane and what we know best, stay with that kind of concept. But this community, big for anybody, big enough for everybody to grow, big for anybody to voice their own opinion. And that's what I'm here for, to voice my side of what I see about the video. Some people touch base. I think Pokaz did a video on this as well. And I'm going to give you my side, my reflection, regardless to, if anybody comes on, checks it out, but you're going to get my side of the cake. And I had to go down now. Danny talks about going down this Pokemon rabbit hole. Somebody he saw on Instagram went down a rabbit hole. All right, and got a card, a Charizard card, right? So got a Charizard card, and I think it was 2013. And then in 2019, I think he paid $50 for this card. Then the card, the guy decided to get it graded. And in 2015 or 2019, 2019, he graded a card. And the Charizard card is now worth $1,500. And now this guy, in his eyes, he has become an investor, right? He knows how to buy cards and sell them and make money off them, right? That's long-term, short-term, make money on it. And now he's a professional investor. I'm going to give you a side of investing that just because you buy something and you made some money on the side of it, side hustle or whatever, doesn't make you a professional investor. Doesn't make you better than anybody else because you bought something and you sold it high. I've been in the game long enough, guys. I've been in many hustles. I made a ton of money. I made a ton of mistakes along with that too. Because with those, the mistakes came and I rebounded from my mistakes. Lessons learned. I continued to bounce back. All right, got up off my feet. I didn't let it stop me. I continued to pursue into every hustle that I got into. From video games, Beanie Babies, sports cards, along with the crashes. I didn't let the crashes of the market deter me. I continued to let it strengthen me, and I stayed encouraged to just stay in the games long enough to I was happy with where I was at in those particular hobbies. I continued to move out, and I moved in, moved out, got back in, and then got out. You know, but Danny talks about like this guy got a card in 2013, and then he graded it in 2019, and it got to be worth $1,500 from a $50 card investment. Nothing wrong with somebody who bought something, right, and they made money off of that card, all right, because it went up in value or whatever. Big deal, right? No big deal. But it doesn't make them a professional investor, all right? One thing with this hobby is that no one can predict values. You know, say, hey, this Cyclozar EX Jumbo card is going to be worth, well, we're in 2023. In 2024, I believe, my opinion, right? I believe this card is going to be worth $500. That's my opinion. Doesn't make me a professional investor because I'm saying it. It's just my opinion. Card values are what they are. That's why you have TCG Player and you have eBay. You compare both prices. All right? But it doesn't make me a professional investor. How you become a more qualified investor, I'm going to say. I'm not going to say you become a knowledgeable investor, is over time. This is stuff that you make wise decisions in the markets. You make moves. When other people are fearful, you make the moves. When other people are making doubts, saying, "Hey, I don't think this set's going to do this," or no one's buying this. While others are fearful, you are going in, and it could be a wise decision, or it could be a fateful decision where you might not make money off of this stuff. And first of all, if you're into this hobby, and you think you're just going to make flips like this now, it's not really going to happen, okay, guys? Because we're in a different market than when we were in pandemic times, and we're going to go into more of that. We can't predict prices of cards. We can't predict prices of booster boxes. We can only just look at the history of sealed in general from an investor perspective. All right, we look at it from that standpoint as sealed is always king. All right, no matter what, sealed over singles. All right, sealed over singles, because you have to get singles from some way, right? You have to crack sealed product. So there's never going to be more sealed product. There's always going to be less sealed product, and there's going to be more singles, because that product's going to get cracked to produce those singles that people are getting. We can't predict price on singles. Only the markets contradict us those values based on the demand for that item, the hype and FOMO of people FOMOing over, like in the waifu in Japan, and waifu cards, right? People, we as people, we follow trends. We watch other markets. We watch other areas where people are swarming into, and we kind of like follow the sheep, right? First one sheep wanders off. Other people say, "Oh, looks like we could be a big content creator." Like if PokeRed pushes something, right? He's got like 2 million subscribers, so his influence on a particular market, he can really influence someone to jump on the bandwagon and cause a whole bunch of people to FOMO into that as well. So we have to be very careful as a content creator what we hype up and what we cause FOMO into. But we cannot predict values of cards or booster boxes. All right? And first of all, just like where the guy bought the PSA card in 2013, he had no idea that it was going to go up in value and be worth $1,500 from a $50 card, happened to go up to be worth $1,500 in just a few years, What's that, 5-6 years, right? And his card is now from a $50 card, got it graded, is worth $1,500. No one can predict single card raw prices. Only the market can, and that's based on hype, FOMO, people willing to pay more than the market price, because that's another thing that happens with card prices, card manipulation, the pull rates, how hard is it to pull? That is another factor that contradicts the single card prices. Market manipulation, where content creators are in one area like Japan or whatever, people FOMO in, follow suit, you follow the rest of the sheep, and when everyone's wandering over for waifus, it kind of hits other markets and comes into other areas, like into other states. It follows, and one end of the market usually trickles to another. But if you're in buying singles, you never buy singles in the first month to 2 months worth of the product being out. You just wait for those prices, because usually within the first couple of weeks, those prices of the cards are up in price. They're going to be astronomical. And then as the product gets more released into the hands of the LGS and into the hands of Walmart, Target, and into the hands of people who are cracking the products, the prices of the singles come down. So only the people that FOMO in, they got to have it, are going to pay those absorbent prices, and then they're going to, wonder why they paid so high later, and they could have got 4 cards for the price of the 1 card, but they had to FOMO in because they wanted to get that binder collection, try to make a master set ASAP as quickly as they can, and then when their master set is complete, it's not even worth the amount of money that they put into it, because they bought all those singles a high price compared to waiting and buying when the cards were more into the market and buying them when the card prices got lower down. Always buy as low as possible, even when you're creating a master set. Try to buy cards low. So it does not take, for booster boxes, for single cards, for booster packs, for box sets, does not take a bunch of content creators to cause you as the consumer to FOMO in, to push the hype of a product, to cause the price to go up. It doesn't take a pandemic or people to FOMO in to cause hype and to cause a product to also go up in price. It doesn't. We don't need content creators to push Pokemon, to push sports cards, to cause prices to go up. Product, guys, and this is, follow a history of Pokemon. Before 2019, cards were had the natural tendency to increase in value over time as more product got opened, as product got scarcer, the single cards got up, the booster boxes went up. It's a natural process. We don't need content creators to cause FOMO. We don't need a pandemic. We didn't need 2019 to cause products to go up. Products were naturally going up on their own natural accord. Naturally going up. due to trends, scarcity, product being opened up. As more content creators are on YouTube cracking and rip and ship packet boxes and stuff, the supply of these booster boxes, booster bundles, box sets, all this stuff goes down. All right, goes down. So naturally, as supply goes down, products go out of rotation, harder to find. You can't get it no more. All right, product dries up on the open market. You got to buy it on the secondary market. So prices naturally increase because the supply is dwindling where you can't get it from a natural LGS store. You can't find it at Target, Walmart no more. So now you got to go on eBay, you go on the secondary market, Mercari, Amazon, and all these places, and you buy that product where now it's going to have an increased price above the MSRP. All right? But we don't need pandemics. We don't need content creators to push it and cause hype and FOMO. Cards will naturally go up as they have before without pandemics. All right? Just like in the sports card era in the 90s, where we didn't have YouTube here pushing sports cards. We had shows, Gloria Rothstein and White Plains County County Center. You go down there, you had dealers with their tables selling their cards. They had a book called The Beckett, and the Beckett was like the god, right? Because eBay was still like in its infancy. PSA was in its infancy, so you had cards graded. You could buy cards, but the market actually dictated the price. All right, didn't take content creators because we weren't around then. There was no YouTube. It was just the markets that you were in, the card shows, the card shops. That's where you got your prices from based on, market. And then eBay came around and people were using eBay to, sell stuff on. And then people were using eBay. And then the Beckett came out, which was a monthly book, had the card prices in it. And the dealers would pay 50% of the Beckett on loose single cards. Really, nobody was buying booster boxes. Usually, the dealers had them, and we as consumers, we would go to the card shops, card shows, buy the booster boxes, open them up. And I'm talking about sports cards. There was no one hoarding up sealed booster boxes of sports cards at that time, like holding it for 10 years, 5 years down the road in hopes that it would increase in value. No one was thinking like that, in that kind of mindset that this stuff was going to go up. All right, same thing with Pokemon. Some people had stuff they just collected, forgot about it, and then, they had stuff because Pokemon also had its ups and downs. Same time that, in the same, space that that sports card had their ups and downs, right? Pokemon had their times where they weren't, cards weren't selling, and there was ups and downs in the market, and then time shifted, and now we have YouTube, we have all these content creators coming to push Pokemon on people. We have rip and ships on Drip and TikTok and everything else that sports cards at the time didn't have, right? So we know that product will naturally go up without any pandemic, without any content creators causing fear, FOMO, or hyping up product or market manipulation, because it's not needed to cause prices to go up. So this is all, I'm touching base on what all Danny is talking about on his video. I'm using my notes because it took a lengthy set of notes here to bring this video to you to talk about this. Now, prior to the pandemic, prior to 2019, before we had COVID-19, before we had the shortages, if you had looked at the history of the sun and moon and the XY era of cards in that time frame before the pandemic, you would already see that the single cards had already started making their moves. They already started to increase in values. Cards were naturally going up and down in all different ways, right? They were naturally taking their own natural accord and going up in price without pandemic, without shortages. So and they're talking about the XY and the sun and moon, all right? when the COVID-19 hit, our 2019 pandemic came through, it intensified all of that. That's all it did. Cards were already doing their natural thing due to supply and demand of the cards and the market for those eras. All right, they were already, taking their natural precedence in the card space. They were naturally going up, having their natural tendencies of up and down based on supply of the card, the demand was already doing its thing without the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, now everybody's basically condoned to their homes, where trying to get out to the store to get products. The pandemic also caused shortages, which now, we used to go out to the stores and get product, right, and find it. We couldn't back then. So that happened to have a play on the already existing space of what these cards were already doing prior to the pandemic. They were already rising in value. Cards in the Sun and Moon were already going up. All right? Everything just got more intensified. What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing, buddy? So, naturally, products will go up on their own accord without us, as being here on YouTube, pushing Obsidian Flame, pushing Paldea, pushing Scarlet Violet, pushing 151. It's not needed for us to be in the space to cause FOMO or to hype up product to get prices to where we want to see them. As me as a content creator, I want to see 151 go to the moon. You can have an effect on that market just because of your influence of your base of people that are following you. Because if you have a lot of followers that are watching your content, you passing on the better judgment of pushing on can cause FOMO and can cause a market to shift. All right, based on your followers that are like, holy cow, yeah, this guy's making sense here on this one. I better jump on this. All right, but it's not needed for us as on YouTube to push product to make prices increase. All right, naturally it will do it. All right, Danny says that buying Lost Origins to invest in at the $130, $140 price is a bad move in this time space that we're in. The logic behind his thinking is on that aspect is totally wrong. All right, and I'm calling him out on that because it's totally wrong. Because you can buy product high and low in this market. If you're not in it for a short-term gain, you're in it for a longer term of the 3 to 5 year term. And if you bought some at 130, I can't predict and say, hey, Lost Origins is going to be 300 at the end of the year, or it's going to be in its first year, it's going to be a $200 box. We're in a totally different market right now. Totally different market. The mindset that you have and the strategic plays that you make here are either going to cause a lot of people to make wrong moves or make wrong decisions or not making a play at all. And Danny's logic behind people buying Lost Origins, even after it reprinted, it's a total wrong thing to do, is buying that box, or any box in particular, Obsidian Flame, Scarlet Violet, Paldea. Buying that product at 130 is the wrong thing to do. It's not the right. You're totally wrong for buying a booster box at 130 for investing down the road is bad. So his thinking behind it is totally wrong. And, you know, either way, if you're buying Lost Origins at 130, what it's saying is you bought it. Maybe you got it a little high because you could probably wait and go to a show, go to a card show. I didn't say a card shop. I said a card show. All right, you can go to a card show, and you can probably get better pricing on the box. And here's another thing where Danny is wrong on the 130 concept that he's saying if people buying Lost Origins is wrong, is a lot of people are not paying 130. A lot of people are paying below that price because of the reprints, and it's all according to people who are, see, you have more skillfully or more of a technician investor out there than your normal people that don't know what the other investor knows. A smart investor, guys, will do research, especially if you're going to invest in Pokemon booster boxes. All right, if you're especially going to invest in booster boxes, because that seems to be where the logic behind smart investing, right, is in the booster boxes. That's where most people are investing, but other people are going outside into other areas. But the logic behind a regular investor that doesn't know as much as a typical investor that is doing his due diligence, doing homework, doing consistent research, watching the market, knowing when reprints are going on, knowing when to make a play at buying at the market where he thinks that that's the lowest point that he's going to be able to get this box and make a play on it. See, your typical investor, your normal everyday investor that doesn't follow channels, that is just going out, your normal consumer that is now investor, like the guy that Danny talks about bought the Charizard card, we can all say we're like 2013, we're buying that Charizard, we're buying that booster box of Scarlet Violet right now, and we're buying it at, you got people buying it at $100, you got people buying it at $95, you got people buying Scarlet Violet at $80, right? Because they're all in Discords, all over different, I see different things going on, Discords, different forums, different LGS stores that are online here on YouTube, have different pricings, Poke Any, all kinds of different YouTube creators that also have a side hustle of owning a shop, have different booster box prices or booster box bundles where you get an ETB, a box collection or an ETB, and a booster box for $140 or whatever it is, right? Everybody who does their due diligence as investing into this hobby using booster boxes as the element of where they're putting a lot of money into Pokemon is doing a lot of research. The smart investor will research prices for the best prices at the time where this investor is ready to park money in. And it doesn't matter if you got Lost Origins at 130 right now. Don't feel bad and say, oh shit, I got these boxes, I bought a case of Lost Origins at 130. And then I found this deal on Facebook Marketplace, I could have got them at 100. Damn, I made a wrong move. Dude, you didn't make a wrong move. All right, Danny's logic behind his thinking is wrong. Financial gain off of that product may not be as high as someone who's got it at 100. You may have to hold that product a little longer. And it's up to you as an individual on what price is good for you when you're ready to unload that product. If you're happy, here's what I did. Was I a bad investor because I bought Evolving Skies at $110 a box. 16 of them. Was that in bad investing? If you look at it now, I didn't know that the boxes were going to get to 430. 400, I didn't know. I was like that guy who bought that Charizard card in 2013, and in 2019, Well, we're in 2024. I didn't know that Evolving Skies was going to go to 430. Could I have held those boxes? Sure. I got in at 110. I believed in the product. I did my research. I knew that pull rates were hard. I knew that the Umbreon was an awesome card. I knew that Evolving Skies had a lot of cards in there that were worth above $20. It had a great selection of cards in those values that were just going up in all arts. And I believed in the product. And I believed that over time that product was going to increase. And surely, yeah, I unloaded those 16 boxes between 140 and 160 a box. Yeah, I could have sold more profits down the road, but I was happy with the profits that I made. And it was in the first year or so of Evolving Skies out. Might have been within the first 6 months. It kind of really took off. Evolving Skies just was like that horse race that it came in first place. It was that product. You will have certain outliers out there of products that will be superior to others. And just because you get in at Lost Origins at 130 doesn't mean that you made a bad choice. It's just that for the times that we're in, as investing in the product, you believe in the product, along with a lot of other people that believe in Lost Origins, that we're getting more product reprinted. That is just going to take a little bit longer for the product to rise. But naturally, over time, because of the pull rates, because of the all arts and the trainer galleries that booster boxes of certain sets have in them, the cards, the set lineup is going to have an effect on the overall price of the product because of the demand of people who want to open it to get those chase cards. All right. So, as the supplies dwindles on Lost Origins, as that reprint goes away, and this price of the product of the rotation of this product as the print run ends and there is no future print run coming out, and it gets further out of print, more people continue opening this stuff up. Each and every day, people are opening up sealed product. So what does it do to the total market? Some products get further away. So as that product gets further away, it's out of rotation, it's no longer going to be printed. It's no longer online where you can go on the Pokemart Web Center. It's no longer on, TCG Player where it might have sold out. No longer, on Facebook Marketplace as much. It's no longer on eBay where not too many people are listing this product. It all plays a part as to how much is getting open. The supply and demand factor causes the singles to go up, the demand for certain cards, right? What's to be pulled, the chase, and the whole setup. It all will help the product rise, the sealed product continue to stay at that price or go up, all right? Because as more product gets opened up, the product will continue to just go up in price because there's less of it on the open market. And it doesn't matter how big the print run, because the whole thing for being a sealed investor is that we know that sealed price rises over time, and some of the stuff we have to wait, and it's all a waiting game on this end. It doesn't matter when you got in, all right? It doesn't matter when. You could have got in late, you could have got in early. It's the waiting game that you're going to have at where you're going to have to hold this product. All right? So, touch and base, without making this video too long, guys. We're already a half an hour. Either way, when you get into this logic behind sealed product investing, I'm an investor into this product. I'm into Pokemon. Many different sealed investors, guys. All right? You have sealed Pokemon product investors where they just invest in booster boxes. You have people that just invest in ETBs. You have people that just invest in sealed boxes and box sets. All right. You have people that collect sealed promos. There's room in here for everybody who wants to become an investor into Pokemon product or be involved in it all. But how smart are you? Are you making the best plays at the lowest cost possible? And when you are, it's up to you when you unload and at what price you're happy to relieve yourself of some or all the product at that time to reinvest in a new product. So it's all according to you as the investor, but you have to have this mindset of long term. It's not a year, all right? It's not a half a year. You're looking to, if you're getting into this hobby thinking that, oh, I'm going to make a ton of money in the first year of Pokemon because it's a flip, quick flip. Yeah, you can flip Pokemon, all right? You can flip it, sell packs, break down stuff, sell it. You can do that. But it's a long-term mindset for the trajectory of prices that are going to increase. And how long are you willing to wait? And some people, so-called investing, are getting in here for short-term gains. And you're not coming into this hobby with the long-term mentality of, and when I say long-term, because some of this product in the Scarlet Violet and even into Paldea and into Obsidian Flame and into the Paradox Rift era, it may take a lot longer, guys, for us to see an increase. And a lot of plays are factoring into that, into this day that we're in here. All right, but before we go into any more, you're going to have to wait at least 3 to 5 years to see any kind of return, small or big. That is a trajectory, 3 to 5 years. All right, Danny says the Sword and Shield era, the logic is that, it was the best era of Pokemon. But the trajectory of seeing any kind of return is to buy low, and right now, if what Danny seems to be pushing at, the same mentality of people buying booster boxes at 140 now in the situations that we're in now, in this time, in this place, in 2024, it's not a good idea to buy Lost Origins at 130, 140, or any booster box for that investing purposes. Of buying those boxes, you're making a bad move buying it at those prices now. And the thing is, like I said, the smarter investor, the ones that are watching a lot of different channels, whether you're taking bits and pieces from some channel and taking this bits and pieces from another channel and coming to your own conclusion, your own resolution on how you're going to invest, will overall determine the bottom line on where you got into your product. I can just say this, that if you want to believe Danny and say, hey, I'm not going to buy booster boxes at 130, I'm not going to buy them at 110, or the bottom line is to this logic behind the madness, all right, is if you're getting into investing, know that you're going to lock up some money. And you're going to have to lock up money for a longer period of time. And a lot of people getting in with this mindset that they're going to make some money fast and they're going to be able to move this product and it's going to rise up. and they're going to make money like in the first year, and this box is going to go to $200. It's not going to happen, guys. All right? It's not going to happen. A lot of things that happened in 2019, you cannot make the same trajectory that took place in 2019 because the conditions of the market are not there. All right? They're not there. But the conditions for you to buy is here. And a lot of people that are going to fall short in this hobby because they're believing in another content creator that is pushing that you shouldn't be buying this at this particular time. You shouldn't be buying this at this. If you're buying below MSRP, where, you know, I think some years down the road we're going to have a different talk, and a lot of people are going to miss out on an open door opportunity that you stumbled upon but didn't act on. All right? You stumbled upon but didn't act on. Now, you know, yes, one thing in this investing, we're all going to be accountable for our actions, right? Like if we make a wrong decision or buying into something too high, and we made a mistake, yeah, then your portfolio is not going to be as strong as you were hoping for. But if you're buying into Scarlet Violet, even Paldea Evolved, Paradox Rift, booster boxes, and you're getting them at the 80, 90, and even at $100 mark, you're not doing yourself an injustice. Just when you get into this investing, this mindset you have to have, guys, is not that I'm going to make a quick flip. You have to have a long-term mentality for this hobby. All right? A long-term mentality for this hobby in this day and age that we're in. It doesn't mean that if you don't invest in Scarlet Violet that you made a bad call. That if you didn't get into Paradox Rift, you made a bad call. There are plays in this hobby that you can make through all types of different sealed product. But the thing is, you cannot go wrong at the $80, $90, $100 price points in which these booster boxes are at right now. You cannot. And if you, for 1 minute, think that you got a bad end of a stick by buying Scarlet Violet 80, Paldea Evolved 80, or 90, or at 100, it was a wrong move, that it wasn't the right move for you, then sell it off for the same price that you paid. But I'm telling you guys, we're going to have a conversation down the road. You're going to see the trajectory in those booster boxes somewhere in that 3 to 5 year term that you're going to wish you had got into it when we're having this conversation right now. And though you may not like Scarlet Violet, you may not like Paldea Evolved, you might not like Obsidian Flame or Paradox Rift, there are going to be other sets out there that are going to be a better investment for sure. Other sets that are going to be, you know, a better investment, a better choice to park money into for sure. It always has in Pokemon. Some of the weakest sets come out first, and then later on we get the better sets. So if you want to wait, there's no wrong in Pokemon. All right, in the way you invest, whether you bought high or bought low, just dollar for dollar cost average that in. And once you got enough of that product, you've done enough cost averaging, you bought your bottom line to where you're happy with where it is. So you bought some at 140, then you got a deal and you bought 3 more cases and you got them in at 100. Dollar for dollar cost average, now you're Now you're in at $108 a box now versus $140 or $130 that you got in, right? Because you dollar for dollar cost average, it brought the initial price down for the overall money that you parked into Lost Origins. Even though you bought some high now at 130, you're feeling kind of bad. So, oh man, and there's another play around the corner, and you got some at a lower price. Dollar for dollar cost average that in brings the bottom line of your overall investment into that product now per box per unit brings it down below. Now, as long as you continue on that mindset and you got in on another case at 90, now you dollar for dollar cost average that between the ones you bought at 130, the ones you bought at 110, and now the ones you got in at 90, and now it brings down those prices a little lower than even what you got them in at the highest point. So there's no bad point in investing in buying high or buying low. It's all according to when you got in, and then if you're able to get in and get some product lower, you dollar for dollar cost average, and it brings your portfolio of that product down. And that's the way you should be getting into this hobby. If you got in some on high, then you wait for say, hey, well, I didn't get everything that I wanted from Lost Origins, but I got some at 140. I hear of a reprint, and they're going to do a booster box. Let me see if this affects the market, and now I can get some at 110. Then get another case, or however many you plan on buying, buy them then when you find some lower price points. But always do some research into stuff before you even start buying to know where the market is, because there are going to be deals, and you're going to have deals. I can't push it enough. There are going to be deals outside of Black Friday and beyond Black Friday because of the market that we are in now. Currently, with what's going on in the world and what's going on with gas and food prices. All right, it's going to have an effect on Pokemon product. It's going to have an effect on Pokemon card singles. All right, because people don't have the money, and some of the stuff in Pokemon is lackluster that people are just staying away. All right, so Danny also expressed himself about do not listen to anyone that has purchased raw cards or sealed product to make gains because of the pandemic, of which caused all of this stuff to go up in the first place, right? From his eyes, that the pandemic was the only reason the product has risen in price. And it's not because of the pandemic which caused prices. It's not because of Logan Paul's that X and Y, Sun and Moon is still rising to this day. It's not because of those influencers, content creators. It's not because of the pandemic that the prices are still going. All right? Those prices were on the rise before the pandemic even happened, and they're still in demand products from that era now that are affecting those cards and the sealed product, because it was less of that product available that people are realizing now, and there wasn't as many sealed collectors as there is now. Back then, we didn't have that many sealed collectors. People didn't start doing sealed or talking about sealed investing until after the pandemic had hit, and now people starting to invest in sealed and knowing that sealed product ages over time like fine wine, right? It goes up in price. And then Rudy has all his Pokemon in his basement. He talked about XY evolutions and everything, right? And how nobody wanted it. Same thing. We're going to be having a conversation about how nobody wanted Scarlet and Violet, but us as the investors, right? We made moves and we made plays into this stuff. And a lot of you guys are going to be sitting on the sideline saying, yeah, I remember when I could have picked up Paldea, I could have picked up Scarlet Violet, I could have picked up Paradox Rift, Obsidian Flame. It's $90 a box, $500 a case, whatever, right? Below regular MSRP of the $140-something, right? If you do the $5 per pack or whatever it is, right? Per booster box comes out to $140-something, whatever, $150-something. Has a new MSRP for these booster boxes. You're getting them below what some of the LGS stores even paid, because they just need the money and they to put it in new product. We're going to be having a conversation down the road And as we look at Scarlet Violet, Paldea, even Obsidian Flame, somewhere down the line we're going to say, hey, I didn't even invest in that. And sometimes, hey, it's okay if you missed out on product. All right, I'm going to be maybe the first YouTuber saying, what, you're investing in all this? You got a bunch of sealed. Yeah, I got a bunch of sealed, but in my heart, in my mind, I'm okay with missing out on product. Maybe if I missed out on Scarlet Violet, if I missed out on Paldea, if I missed out on Paradox Rift or Obsidian Flame, I'm okay because I'm working with some outliers. I believe in. I bought a bunch of Morpeko boxes. Look how thick that. That's a lot of Morpeko. I unboxed all my Morpeko Crown Zenith boxes. Got the packs all in my sealed containers. I unboxed all my Cyclozar EX boxes that I got at GameStop for $11 some change. Look at all those Cycler EX jumbos. Got a ton of these. I did that over the weekend. I unboxed all those Cyclozar EX collection boxes, all my Morpeko boxes that I got from GameStop at $22.79. I unboxed the Cyclozar V box just to get the Scarlet Violet packs out because I end up with a ton of Scarlet Violet loose booster packs. All right. I end up with a bunch of Lost Origins, and I ended up with a bunch of Silver Tempest loose packs. All right. And it's a different aspect. People invest in product. I buy product, guys. I invest into certain products because I need them for breakdowns. All right. I use particular boxes that I buy on the cheap only to rip open and remove contents from those boxes to use in future product builds and how I'm going to be marketing products here on the channel. So I have my own logic behind my madness on box sets, buying stuff below MSRP that I'm going to utilize into product designs for channel promoting my channel, promoting my product line. So, you know, it's investing into product that I'm getting below MSRP, below when the Cyclozar V boxes came out, or EX box. These were going for like $24. To get them down to $11.35 off of GameStop, I've been buying the hell out of them. Buying them only because it has Scarlet Violet in there, which, you know, I don't have to FOMO in. I don't have to FOMO in and buy Scarlet Violet base set because I have a ton of them in the cycle. I have a bunch of loose packs. But if I want booster boxes, I can buy them. But I have a ton of Scarlet Violet loose packs where I'm a sealed loose pack collector. I have a lot of loose sealed booster packs where I break box sets down to retrieve the packs and get the items that I will take the little here. Let me just show you guys something. I will take products out. And they may not be worth much, right? It's in the other bag. I will take products out. Here's the stack of the little jumbo Cyclozar EX. Is it a promo? No, I guess it's a standard card from wherever it came out. So I have all these little Cyclozar EX cards. I don't know what set it came out of, but I have that, and I have a stack of the jumbos. Now, there are collectors that collect these cards. There are people that collect the jumbos. There's a market for the jumbo cards. If you want to put them on eBay, you can actually grade jumbo cards too. They actually do really good in PSA grading form. Particular jumbos, certain ones do go for more. If you want to grade jumbo cards, there's a market for jumbo cards, guys. So if you want to grade jumbo cards, there's a market for that. But they are sellable products, as you can actually sell these cards for a couple bucks, sell a card for a couple of bucks. Outside of breaking down the box from the Cyclozar B and have the packs, you have jumbo card, you can value at whatever, a couple bucks, and the other card, the Cyclozar card, EX, can go for $1 or something. So there's some money to be made off of those, the stack of cards here. And you can sell those, you know, put them in a top loader, a sleeve, sell them on eBay, package it up, market them, put them on a Shopify website, whatever. Same thing for the Morpeko jumbo card. There's a market for that. There's a market to sell the playmat. That also came with this Morpeko box. Trying to see where I put all my let me see where I put all my what do you call it that? Not sure if they're over there. But I do have all the Morpeko V Union cards that I'm trying to find. I don't know where I stuck them. But I have a stack of the Morpeko. Here, I know where they're at. Here they are. They were in this. I have a stack of the, look. I put these up on Instagram too, but just to show you, like, here, I'm gonna do it like this. Here is the Morpeko V Union card. Here's one. Look at a stack of just that Morpeko, just the one card. So in shows, like if I was in a show, I can sell these cards for $1 each. You make $4 back off of the $22.79 that you paid for the Morpeko box. And it shows. I can put these on Facebook Marketplace for $1 a card, $3 for the set. Market these on Facebook Marketplace, put them in a top loader sleeve, and sell each card for $1. It's above TCG Player, and you can sell cards above what they actually are going for. So you can market this. So there's a way to break stuff down, sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Sell the jumbo, you can sell the Morpeko single card, turn around and sell the other card, the actual Marnie piece that's here. So here's the Marnie. I'm not going to bring all the pieces. I'm just going to show you all the. Here's the Marnie. And look at all the Marnies I got. Sure, I could turn around and grade these and sell them then as a graded, but have all the Marnies. And I will get to your question. I think you put something up there, Jimmy. There is a promo of this Professor Burnett, which is a promo paper card. You guys can see that. And there's a bunch of the promo paper Burnett's. There's a stack right there of the Burnett. So this is something that you can do breakdown. Then I still have the Morpeko mat, play mat, that I don't have one here to show you, but that's another thing that you can sell. So I put this in the Crown Zenith tin that I had. But you can turn around and sell that stuff, guys. Now I also did this. Just showing you. I broke down some Pokemon 151 binder collections. I have binders, which you sell these binders for $10 to $15. You pay $25 for the Pokemon 151 binder. Binder collection came with 4 packs and the binder. These binders you can sell on your Shopify. So, or use as giveaways. So there's breakdowns for products that I like to. That's why I like to do. I break down stuff to actually market, and also broke down poster. So I have some posters. I got more in my storage unit of the posters, which you can sell and resell the posters. Actually, you can frame it. Frame this or frame or sell it. Loose or trade it. So the poster collections. I also have when I broke those down, I actually have the promos of the from those sets, the Charizard, the Charmeleon, Bulbasaur, or is it Ivysaur? Bulbasaur, Charmander, and the So I have the starters from those poster sets, which you can grade, sell them. So there's a market for. If you've got to utilize the markets for what you can utilize them for. Now, on top of that, I have 151 packs from those things that I broke down, which these are selling for $5.97 TCG player price. So I have ETBs, which at my local LGS, people were throwing these away. I grabbed what I could. Ambrose has about 5 of them. I took 2. And I have one thing full of packs, and I have another one full of some more packs of 151. So now I have packs from those products that I can sell, add to my product line that I am going to be using them for. And, this is just a concept, a strategy behind the madness, behind the man, behind the camera, behind scenes, what I do. And this is for, if you're going to market your own product, you're going to structure your own product line, product that you're going to buy cheap below MSRP without buying booster boxes, that some products do good if you keep sealed, like the RCSV collection box. It's not necessarily just booster boxes that you can invest in. You can invest into RCSV collection box that came out at Walmart with a pack of Cosmic Eclipse or 2 packs of Cosmic Eclipse. That came out for like $24 at Walmart's, and it's going for like $50. All right, so you can go into the Charizard tag team box that was out some years ago, and that's doing good. There was a Charizard GX or EX box that came out that had evolutions in them, Breakpoint or Breakthrough, Steam Siege in there, and then there was a Gengar box, EX box that came out also that you could have got from BJ's, and it had the extra sidekick of 6 evolutions booster packs in there from BJ's. It was like $27 or something. I bought a bunch of those. I broke all those down and put all those evolution packs in my sealed, and yet the Charizard box is going for about $100 now. So it depends on the box, and it actually depends on the investor. How much research are you guys actually putting into the work that you're trying to, the portfolio you're trying to build, and at what price points are you building it at? Are you buying it at an expensive, paying above MSRP? Are you buying at MSRP? Are you trying to buy below MSRP? And then for other box stuff that you are going to break down, are you buying that below MSRP? So you got to look for deals and shop. And I'm consistently looking at Walmart.com, looking at GameStop.com, looking at Best Buy, looking at the deals consistently. Each and every week, I'm on there checking for deals and seeing what is going on. And I buy by the deal that I come across. And I'm on Facebook Marketplace as well, guys. And I just found a deal on Facebook Marketplace. Check. Let me see if I can actually can I pull this up on Facebook? And this is why, where Danny talks about people buying in at 140 for 140 is too high for buying Lost Origins. It's kind of ridiculous that if you're buying at Lost Origins at 140, that's because of the time you got in. That's where you got. Maybe it's the only source that you could have got, but it doesn't matter. The price point, you just try to get the lowest price you can in this cost average. There is a deal. I'm just trying to find it here. See if I can bring it up. But I came across this deal. It happens to be in Brooklyn, New York. Just saw it up here this morning. I'm trying to find it on my phone. So just give me a bit. Jimmy says, "Hey Jedi, much respect and great to see you on camera." Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate you stopping by. There's a deal on Facebook Marketplace. If you guys are in Brooklyn, look up on your Facebook Marketplace in Brooklyn. There's a guy selling 151 Mew UPCs for $80. $80 and ETBs for 151 for 35. I'm just trying to find him on here. Because my local LGS has booster bundles. They're 35. And I just, it's just, it's too high. Too high for me. And there's so many people on here, so it's just hard to try to find where this guy is on here. But, yeah, I can't find him on here. But in Brooklyn, New York, guys, anybody you guys in the city, look up on Facebook Marketplace, guys. There's a seller in Brooklyn selling. He has a bunch of Charizard. He has a bunch of Pokemon 151 UPCs for $80 each. All right, $80 cash and carry, and $35 for 151 Elite Trainer Box, factory sealed, guys. All right, so there are deals. So when you can find deals on Facebook Marketplace, guys, it kind of knocks the whole thing around. If you bought high, bought low, you got to shop deals, man. Look for the deals and get the value for your dollar that you are spending. And if you can bulk stuff up, it just actually makes it a lot better for you on the back end of it. Because, when you invest, you're going to tie a lot of money up. And what I'm going to say to you as an investor in this hobby, be prepared to tie money up. If you cannot afford to put money into this for a long term, you're going to find yourself on the fence because you're going to have to sell it because of a life emergency or something, because you're just doing it out of the norm, or just doing it because you're trying to follow in the steps of somebody. Don't just do it to follow in the steps of somebody else or try to be like somebody else. Be yourself. have the money to be able to park into products. And if you don't have the money to park in it, don't get involved in this aspect of the hobby, because you're going to find yourself burning the bridge before you even get the bridge halfway built. And you're going to find yourself exiting the hobby because you didn't know exactly what you were doing. You only know that, oh, if you bought this stuff, it could be worth $150 later. Don't get in it for the mindset that $50 later it's going to be worth something, because you don't know how long it's going to take to get to that 50. And if you need that money, you're going to end up selling it before it even gets to that return that you wanted. And you're going to be, I only made $20 off this thing. It was a bad choice. I even got into this investing. And that's what a lot of people are going to do. They're going to get into this with the wrong mindset and the wrong strategy on how they are going to execute everything and how it's going to go down, and they're going to be a millionaire later on down the road when it's all said and done. That could happen very well, but it's going to take a lot of work on your end to make that happen, and making major plays. All right, major plays. And if you don't have that money to tie up, you're going to find yourself exiting a hobby because you had no idea how to formulate or orchestrate the whole thing. All right, so the fundamentals in it is, if you're investing into this hobby, have the money to put in it and don't expect a return out of it anytime soon. And if you're okay with that kind of mindset, that knowing that you're going to park some money into a product and you're not expecting a return on it, and you're okay with sitting on this product as long as it takes 5 years down the road, make sure you have the space to put it. Storage unit you may have to end up getting, like myself. I have a storage unit now. It was all sitting in here in this room. I no longer have it in the room. It's in my storage unit. I have expanded because I need the space and I need the room for when I expand, because I'm moving into more larger quantities, like into booster box inventory. So I'm probably not going to be doing too much elite trainer boxes unless they're like a specialty. All right, unless it's a specialty set, that's the only way where you're going to get a majority of packs. Then I may move in with those. But I'm not really doing Pokemon Center unless I get a deal or something on them. But as far as that, I'm not really executing onto elite trainer boxes. I'm more going into 3-pack blisters, booster bundles, and stuff like that, along with the booster boxes, and then the UPC stuff. Because of space, and builds, I'm going to be using a lot of stuff to break down. So that was my mindset going in anyways. A lot of stuff that I bought outside of booster boxes, I bought for breakdown and to use later on when the prices expand. I got into this hobby for a long term. I don't have a short term mindset, but I do make profits in that 1 to 3 year term if a product does go up. And I'm happy with making the return where I can free up some capital and say, hey, you know what? I don't have this set. Well, let me take this set. I believe that this set is going to go in that same route because I believe, right? You have to make your own judgment calls, and be willing to take the outcome of that decision, and that's things that you can come into play. It's okay to take product that you don't feel comfortable that it's going that you didn't make you don't think you made the right play with at the time. It seemed like it was the right play, but now you say, I wish I probably should just get rid of that and park it into a different item. That's okay too, but don't never feel like bad because the play you had and then you got rid of that play to get into something else. That decision was bad. You made a decision, live with the decisions, man, and just move on from that, because there's going to be plenty of opportunities in this hobby. And, for me, I just want to use my better judgment and make plays in the superior product, in my eyes, is a superior product. All right? Make plays with that before I get into the other nail biters. All right? Which aren't going to perform in my eyes, all right? In my eyes, because I have to do my own research. You have to do your own research. You have to make those decisions for yourself. And how do you make those decisions that if it's a wise choice or not? You have to watch videos, watch people who are doing the exact same thing to see exactly, rethink it, retool it, tweak it, however, to make sure you're making a sound decision when you get into this investing aspect or getting ready to invest in a certain particular set. All right? And that way you can have a better peace of mind that, I did make a sound decision. I'm going to go with Paldea Evolved. And like I said, be willing to tie the money up. If you're willing to do all of this, guys, without worrying about short-term effect, because the natural disaster of all of this is the things in life are going to take a toll, and you have to stay on this path. All right, don't be ready to sell. Say, I'm going to get out because I need the money because a car broke down. You're making the wrong choice of even investing. You should never take money that you're investing into a hobby to sell because you got to make a life thing because money that you were taking already was going into the investing side, which now you got to sell because of the life expectancy. I don't play into the investing like that. Whatever money I throw in here, I'm in for the long term. And I shut the door on the thing. The door is open, right? It's open now because I'm stashing product in there. And when I'm stacking product, once I close the damn door on this, it's in there, unlocked in. And I'm not looking to move the product. And I got to have trouble getting this door to stay closed because the floor is not level here. So I'm not looking to move the product. It's in the sealed containers for the reason on the long-term aspect on my plan for my investing portfolio. All right? And when I'm happy with where I see the trajectory of that product go, when I'm happy with XY evolutions, where I'm happy that it maybe got to $50 a booster pack, and I can sell all 500 or 1,000 packs of those, or sell part of them, and take some money, bank it, or put it into something else that I believe, right? Because you can only believe in what you see other people doing and believe in the product itself. And how do you make those choices is watching other people that are doing this investing and watching the data, which we know that over the time that sealed is king, that over time that this product is going to age, it's going to go up. If you look at all the old WotC stuff, those packs of that WotC just didn't get to where they're at just from someone saying, I'm just going to buy that box and, I'm hope to open it up, but they forget about it. And they sat it in a Rudy's basement. And then all of a sudden, they're going to work and they say, holy cow. One day they hear somebody on the job talk about Pokemon and they remember that product that they put in the cabinet, closed the door, forgot about it. And they go back and say, holy crap, this thing, now 5 years old, 10 years old, this thing is going for $1,000. And I bought it back then in 2013 for $50. And here it is. It's worth $1,500 for that box now. We can all say this about a lot of stuff in Pokemon. But you got to get into it for the right reasons and for the long-term longevity of this product. You cannot go in short-term mindset and get into it. You might as well just sell Pokemon cards and flip it and keep going with that end because you're not into it for that end of it. You're into it for the short-term mindset, which is 1 to 3 years you're looking to do it. We're not in 2019. So we're in a total different realm, and this thing you have to take into when you contemplate on getting into this hobby. There's more product printed now. There are more sealed investors now because of creators like myself. We are influencing a lot of other people that are getting into this hobby that are making calls based on my better judgment because I am saying this is where I'm going, and the community that I have are going in that. Well, I know some people are going in the same direction in my shoes. It's like they're coming right behind me, following my footsteps. They're going right behind. They're stepping in my footprints in the snow, guys. So I have to make sure that I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I need to make wise decisions on where I'm putting my money because you see all this damn gray hair I got. I'm not getting any older. I mean, I'm not getting any younger. Let me backtrack. I'm not getting any younger. I'm not 20 years old where you guys coming into the hobby now can make some plays, even on a low end of a spectrum. You know, you're not going to be able to be a baller. You're not going to be able to be a baller, all right? You're not going to be able to come in with a handful of money and throw into this hobby. You're going to come in at a budget. Hopefully all you guys started on a budget when you got into this. You got in at a budget. You budgeted yourself out every week, every month. Maybe you turn in... Maybe you turn in some nickels, like I do. Maybe you turn in some nickels. You know what I do with that money? I turn that into a pack or something. I turn it in, and I get a pack of cards. Ambrose took my last $10 when I turned my bottles in. Free money. I find a bottle outside in my driveway or on the, you know, I get a lot from work. A lot of my guys on my job, they just leave the cans lying around. I take them home every day. I get a little bag of a produce bag of bottles every day from my job. And you guys are, you got a full-time job, this grown-ass man collecting nickel. Okay. But, like I said, I bring back 200 cans, and I get $10. Ambrose took my $10, and he got a Pokemon card. He was at the card shop. He wanted a card. I got a card. It's free money. If you could take that on a budget side, even using nickels, and invest it into hobby and bought a sealed booster blister pack, and you started like that from nickels that you got from your job, nickels that you've been saving because you found them, or somebody that... I know guys that go around the neighborhood here on recycle day. The day before recycle day, there's a guy that rides around my development in a fairly decent Hyundai. Now, it's not a BMW. It's in a Hyundai. And he goes and he has a bag. He got some gloves on. And he's going through the recyclable thing and grabbing all the nickels. And whether that's gas for him or whatever. But that's free dollars, you know, for him that he got for the little time that he's out there grabbing those from the recyclable bin, where they're just going to go into the dispensary in the ground. They're going to go in a hole in the ground, all the plastic, right? Because the recycle guys aren't going to recycle that, right? It's just going to get thrown into the ground, right? So, you know, laugh at someone who has a bag of nickels, turns them in, and I just showed the bag of nickels, right? That's free nickels that I got. That every week I get a bag from guys, because we get free great value water on a job. They hand them out to us as the truck throwers. Since I'm a truck thrower, we get free water, and then the guys on my job, they drink their cans of Pepsi and everything, and they just leave them sitting all over the place, all over. So on my way back and forth from lunchroom to the bathroom, coming back from the sales floor, back to the back room, these nickels are all over on a job, and people just leaving them all over the place. So I just grab them, dump them out, empty them out, throw them in the bag, put them on top of where my work bag is. Here's my work bag. Put it on top where my bag is. Take the nickels, throw it in that bag, put it up there, and I take them home with me when I leave. And I get a bag every day. No big deal. Maybe $1 worth of nickels in the bag, maybe, if that, right? And I go to a dispensary where they ask me how many nickels, how many bottles are in the bag. And I tell them 100, and that's what's in that bag, and they hand me $5. I don't have to put them in no machine. I already rinsed them out. All the water, soda, and all that stuff is out. Bring them to the place. They ask me how many I got, and I get $5. And I kind of had a Spider-Man bank that's not here, and that's where I usually was just taking my $5, $10 from the nickels that I would take back every week, and I put them into those recycled bags that I get from my job, and I would buy a box or use the Walgreens reward card and my $5 or $10 bottle dollars bottle dollars that I got, and use it towards the buying Pokemon products. So you can do it any way, but that's another call, right? Another call for someone if you want to do it that way. Stoop low if you want to say that, you know, because somebody collected nickels, whatever, right? I don't care. But this is, guys, put them up on my cage. I take them, and there's no shame in the game on that. And but I recycle the nickels back out, and it's once or twice a week I bring the cans back once I got enough. I label them, sticker them up. I actually use, I don't know where that tape went, but I put them on the bag, how many's in there, and usually 2 or 3 bags I bring back. And that's it, from free dollars. I mean, whatever, it adds up. It does add up over time, over a year. You could end up with a couple $100 worth of cans that you turned in from a whole year of doing it. And you can buy a UPC or you can buy a booster box with that money. Was it worth it? You be to call it out if that's what you're doing. I mean, but like I said, my eyes, I don't care. I'm going to be in the area when I got to get go to my P.O. box to pick up mail anyway. So on my trip down there, I stop, dump off the cans, get my dollars, and then I may go on a Pokemon hunt, and I may have $5, $10, whatever in the cans. I turn around, I can use that money. It helps relieve some of that pressure if there's any. There's no pressure in buying the card, but it relieves some money that I didn't have to spend. It was free tendy, all right, because I had that free nickels that I got from people on my job that would have normally just threw them away, right? But they save them. Someone put them up on the counter for me. They put them in my bag. Well, not that bag. They put them in a little plastic bag. So, hey, it is what it is. But this is something I've been doing for years. I've been at my job over 18 years at this store. So, over 20-something years total. So, it is what it is. But, like I said, I wanted to just give you guys my reflection on the Danny Phantump rant video, talking about, you know, some rabbit hole he went down. And there's no shame on Danny. He does better videos just giving us data and pull rates. That's just basically where you need to stay, because there's no bad way about investing unless you are using borrowed money to get involved in this. And like I said, you shouldn't be even doing that if you're getting into that aspect, because it just turns that investing into a nightmare, where then it turns into borrowed money. You got to sell this because you got to pay the credit card. You're doing it all wrong. There's right ways of doing the investing, and there are wrong ways of doing it. And absolutely, if you're using rent money and car note money and car insurance money, bill money that you should be paying, the light bill to keep the cable on, or grocery money, then obviously it's going to turn into some kind of trouble down the road where you're going to find yourself financially having to sell something or getting out of the market too soon because the money you were putting into it was borrowed from something else. So get into it with the right mindset, with the 3 to 5 year term instead of a short term. Obviously, there will be some outlier product that comes out that will, in the short term, do good, and you'll be able to make some good revenue or good profits, and you might be happy with relieving some of your product that you got that went up, because reprints come and you'll be able to buy in and maybe get it lower than you initially got when you first got it. So those are some points of view where you can take from this video, align it up into your own concept, into your own way of how you're investing. But always, if you bought high and then you bought low, just cost average in. The $140, $130 mindset that Danny was talking about, it's not wrong. All right? If you did, you did. But just know that if you didn't get all that you were trying to buy at that particular time, try to get at a lower cost and cost average in. So that way the bottom line of your initial investment per unit is lower. And just know, like I said, it doesn't take for any content creator like myself, PokeRev, PokeJace, PokeVolk, PokeOz, PokeOffice, any of these guys to manipulate or cause anything to cause the cards to go up. Cards will naturally adjust rebound, retrace naturally without any of this. So if anyone FOMOs in, or any content creator causes a FOMO because they're ranting about this is the way to go and you need to get on that, and their followers and they have a large follower of people on their channel, then it could have a effect on the market, but ultimately is not the reason why the prices are doing what they're doing. All right? Don't follow the sheep. Be a leader so the pack will follow a leader and not a doer of just someone else doing it because. Do it because you believe in the product. Believe in it because you did your due diligence. Believe in it because you have the money to do that. All right? And that no matter the outcome, because this is the side that, no matter the outcome, that you, good or bad, you're willing to take that sacrifice, all right, to make the call on whether, if it does good or if it doesn't, that you're in it for the long haul of it. And I can almost put a guarantee that if you are the patient ones in this hobby, the ones that are able to wait and sit on the product, then you're going to reap the rewards of your wait. And your wait for holding will be worth it at the end of the day. So, like I said, in this mindset, in this stage of where we're at with this investing is not dead, very much alive, but it's very much of a market where people who have the money are going to be able to make some plays. And it's the people that have that extra flexible money that they're not going to have to use for groceries and have that extra money just padded waiting to make a play. Say, hey, I have this extra sitting and it doesn't matter. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to be able to make this play on this stuff now because the Scarlet Violet is $80 a box. There's no way that product in 5 years is going to be below $80. If you go in with that kind of mindset, knowing that you are getting in at, if not the bottom price, the lowest price, and you're getting it below MSRP or even at the MSRP of $95 a booster box, that in 5 years that this product is not going to be worth at least $150, I can say that maybe within that time frame, the product may go up $50, but it may take a little time, guys, a little longer than the times that we were in for product to start moving in the trajectory that we're looking for. It's not going to go 50 times its worth like it did when the pandemic happened. It caused products to go up. It did, because we had a lot of other things that played factor, where reasons behind the purchases of stuff was people realized it was short printed. People realized that the Pokemon company is struggling on getting product out. So there are some outliers that are beyond the normal control of product to get distributed. And once, when effects of the market, because of, a supplies not reaching to print facilities and stuff, and then it can't get to the stores, then it causes people to FOMO, and they'll buy up other product instead. And then when the other product come out, there's nothing on the shelf. They just buy whatever they can because they realize it's short printed, or we're going to have to get it now, or because we're not going to be able to come back tomorrow and it's going to be here. There are different outliers. And it doesn't mean that because of a pandemic, it's going to cause prices to go up. Card prices will naturally go up over time, because before YouTube was even YouTube here, with everybody showing sports cards and opening and ripping and shipping, we didn't have this kind of market, and cards naturally did their thing. All right, it's a natural progression of price increase due to the market. Overall, just the market, the cards themselves. All right? So, same thing in Pokemon. The cards will naturally progress in price. Booster packs, sealed stuff will naturally progress without anybody influencing or hyping up or FOMOing or causing a manipulation in the market. It will automatically do it itself. Has done, it will do, and it still will do it without any of that happening. All right? And then there will be a retrace and then a rebound. So, if taking this into consideration, the aspect of go watch Danny Phantump, then check out Nostalgianomics video, then go check out Poke Oz, who also gave a kind of reflection video, and you can make your own opinion. I'm not here to pass judgment on anybody. The community has a lot of room for everybody. It's just that when people make some calls, I am going to answer the call where I see fit, and it causes me to come back and do a video where I just wanted to keep you guys on the up and up to help you guys make the right decisions in a market that we're in, where it's a buyer's market. It's a very bullish market. Prices are coming down. They're going to be making some plays, and I want you guys to be preoccupied with somebody else's opinion. All right? Make your own opinion based on the evidence. All right? Then build your case, which can turn out to be your formula for a winning portfolio. So it's up to you to make the call. I can't force you to spend money, buy into any kind of Sword Shield, buy any Scarlet Violet. It's up to you to do the same research that I have. All right? To do the same research I have. I do nothing but watch videos on YouTube to help me expand on what I'm already doing. So, without the expertise of other people, it kind of, I would have to go on my own recognizance to make my own formulated decisions, which I'm capable of doing because I got a lot wiser on when and how I'm buying product. But I can't predict outcomes on where price is going to go. All right? I can make my own prediction. I can formulate my own price on where I think it could go or formulate when I think it's going to go, but it doesn't mean that I'm right. All right? It's up to the market, right? So, with that said, we are in a different type of pandemic now. If you don't know it or not, we are in a kind of a pandemic, but it's a different type of pandemic. It's not the kind of pandemic where it's a COVID-19 or it's causing people to like run for their lives and get paper towels and hand sanitizer and stuff like that. We're in a worldly pandemic which plays effect on the almighty dollar, that includes worldly affairs from Ukraine. You had the Russian and Ukraine deal. Now we have the Israel ordeal, and we have this things that are going on. That was going on with Ukraine as well, and that is our food, that is our gas, that is our rent. Prices are all going up, and the increase for you guys in your paychecks, if you got any raise or if you didn't get a raise, it's not able to justify you able to buy Pokemon cards because of the astronomical gas and food and rent increases. So there's something going on in the market now that in Pokemon we had the pandemic going on where people were willing to buy Pokemon cards but couldn't find Pokemon cards. Now we have the complete opposite. We have people that can find Pokemon cards, but not as many people that have the money to buy the cards. All right, so we have something opposite going on. Even though the hype of the Pokemon is still there, the changes in what is going on in the world is taking effect on the overall singles and the actual sealed, all right, of the new product, Scarlet Violet. There's many discrepancies there, all right, and it's affecting Pokemon, all right. So now in a bullish market where we got deals going on for product, not as many people are ready to jump on the bandwagon for Scarlet Violet. We're seeing people scatter throughout the community into different areas of waifu, trainer cards, certain people just collecting 151, you know, some people just collecting full arts, you know, so we have people just focusing on different stuff, and we see products stagnate or see an abundance of products just sitting on shelves week after week. When you go to Walmart, Target, you see the same stuff. Obsidian Flame, Obsidian Flame, Paldea Violet, Scarlet Violet. You see product such as tins, ETBs, some older Sword and Shield stuff sitting out there like Vivid Voltage, Brilliant Stars, sitting on a shelf. 151 seems to be just moving out, all right, and taking precedence over everything else. 151 is just the GOAT right now. But you know, that's what seems to be taking precedence over everything in Pokemon. 151. But I'm doing 151 and I'm doing Crown Zenith, and I'm still just sitting back off of Paradox Rift. Still sitting back off of Scarlet Violet and Paldea. I've been focusing on Crown Zenith 151. That's just where I'm at. And I believe those two products are going down as the best, some of the best in Sword and Shield. Now there is Vivid Voltage out there. I see Darkest Ablaze sleeve packs. There is Chillin' Rain out there in the open market. But you know, I get it when I see it. If I see it, I pick it up. If there's something else, I grab. I'm still fine. I just found Darkrai, Mimikyu, and Snorlax tins, which have Brilliant Stars, Fuse Strike, and Evolving Skies. I am still picking those up, guys. So I'm picking those up. We have a Rite Aid that is now, Rite Aid's filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, so they're going out of business. And if you don't know, Walgreens owns Rite Aids. So Rite Aid's all closing up, guys. So there won't be any Pokemon cards over there at Rite Aid's. They're all 50 to 75% off. A lot of them are just running sales to get rid of stuff. So run all over to Rite Aid's, see if they have any cards. Maybe you'll get a deal on them. Other than that, man, I just want to touch base with you guys about my reflection on the Danny Phantump booster box investing video that he did about a day ago, and give you my opinions and give you some peace of mind in booster box investing and investing in sealed product, and then let you guys come to your own conclusion when you draw into how you're going to collect sealed product and what you're going to do, you know, what products you're going to be buying. Other than that, man, I want to just say thanks for everybody stopping by. We had Pat Tet's Power Channel. We had Jimmy Brown stop by. Really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Pat said, I scrap on the side, bro. Mike, you're a hustler, my G. Yeah. Hey, you know, do what you got to do. You know, people can laugh at you if they want, but he who laughs first, well, doesn't always laugh last on that end of the spectrum, because they don't know you, they don't know what you're doing, you don't know your side hustles, so they can laugh, but the inside, I'm laughing because they don't know what I'm doing on the side. That what I'm turning in, if it's a nickels or whatever, I'm turning in because I'm investing into something that I'm buying that's going to be worth more than those nickels, because nickels are only going to be worth a nickel, right? But hey, I'm getting something at the bottom end that I'm actually getting for free anyway, because somebody would have thrown it out. Instead of throwing it out, I just recycle it. Hey. Other than that, I don't want to stay too much. We got on here. We've been about an hour and some change. I want to say thanks to everybody who stopped by checking out this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And, you know, I'll see all you guys on the next video. That's all I can say. Still doing a lot of work. Got the cabinets now over here. Both cabinets are here. I have my sleeves are up in here. I have some products. My binders are down in here for my full arts and stuff. I have some 151 booster booster packs from the product that I got. Got deals up on Facebook Marketplace. Currently, over here is my bubble mailers. Been stocking up bubble mailers in here. Sold my peg wall. The table that I use for my peg wall that also had my boom arm mic on it. You guys saw it in my backgrounds on my old studio. That table has been sold. I'm going to be getting a new table in here for the studio for my computer and everything. So I have to take off this area here. This area here had, this is where the this is where the slot machine was up on these pedestals here. I actually had two pedestals here. I'll give you a little glimpse. I actually had two pedestals here where I sat the slot machine on my background. These I have to take up, and this will be coming off. And I gotta decorate this back wall here, but I'm waiting for something to come in so I can hang up. So I got a lot of work to do over on that back end, but I needed to move the table. And how I like to do my renovations, guys, is I like to get rid of stuff that I'm no longer going to use here in the studio before I start to, because I can just make another clutter area, right? So instead of making a clutter area that I'm cleaning up, I like to move stuff that I'm no longer going to use to make room for the new stuff that I need for the studio, for the final renovation steps of everything. So I like to move older stuff that I'm not going to use, get it out of here, move it out of here, and then it makes room for the new stuff. It makes it easier for me to set up stuff that I want it without having to keep moving stuff out of the way to get back to the area where I'm trying to do work in. So with that out of the way, that big friggin' table, it was heavy. I was going to use it here where you would see me on the front side, but I would have to turn the table, put it out in the middle of this room, and then put a camera up on there so you'll see the back end of the wall over here with me and then I would have to ship the table back over. That table was heavy. It's just not going to do it. It sits higher. I need something lower where I can put the boom arm on and I can just flex things back and forth without having to sit in a big old stool to bring video. I can sit in a chair like this, my gamer chair, have a table here with my boom arm and talk to you guys on a more level, keeping everything down lower. And that's the way I got it set up. So with that in mind, I have another thing that's actually taking this spot here. I have something that's going on the back wall, and then I have this whole area over here is going to be free for everything else that I'm going to be using. So you guys will see everything once I get everything set up. But it's going to be awesome in here. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, man. We got some people that just come in and out. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe on the video. Make sure you check out the playlist. I did a bunch of Call of Duties. For some reason, had some copyrights on them. I had to just delete the videos. So, try to do as many videos as I can. But this was one video that I was going to do I was going to do it yesterday, but I had some things that I was doing yesterday, and it caused me to get back in the house late. So I wasn't able to put that video up. So once Danny's video dropped, I had to come out and talk. And then the Stylonomics also posted up his video. So like I said, go check out his video, and Pokeoz, Pokeoz. Check out Pokeoz. All right, video also talking about the phantump video. All right, Danny's video. All right, other than that, man, draw your own conclusions on that. I'm not here to shit on anybody's parade. It's up to you guys. Make your own decision on how you invest. But I'm just trying to be that light to guide you guys from hitting the rocks that other people are just throwing rocks up. Cause you to crash into these rocks and just stay subtle. Like, oh man, I'm not going to get into this because, you know, the market doesn't seem right, or it doesn't seem like this stuff's going to ever move. Make your own decisions, but be willing to sit on stuff. Other than that, man, that I believe is everything. There's probably some other stuff that he talked about, but I just wanted to touch base on that stuff. Yeah. Other than that, I'm going to say thanks for everybody for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Make sure you check out Bennett Productions video. Ben has a mail day coming out for you guys. I had to ship out Ben some product. So go check out Bennett's video. Product ain't due to his mail date. Product ain't due to arrive until Wednesday. So I'm not sure when he's going to pop the video up, but keep an eye on Bennett's Productions video channel. Other than that, check out Pat's Power channel. And on the side note, without any more further ado, I'm going to see you guys on the next video. So, like I said, if there are any other videos that come out where I see it necessary for me to come out, then I will post a video. Other than that, man, I'm going to stay subtle. I try to stay in my own lane. I try to stay more into this investing stuff and doing my own thing. And like I said, this community is big enough for everybody to grow, but I need to feed you guys the right informations, and that's it. You're going to get the information. Take it for what it's worth. And without further ado on that end, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like on the video. I'll see you all on the rebound, guys. It's going to be an awesome 2024. Can't wait to get back into a newly designed studio to have fun with you guys with everything that I got going for it. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.